A champion beyond measure with Mumbai Indians in the IPL on the tryst to become champion for his country as well. This is Rohit Sharma's cricket journey so far. Have a look.
Rohit Sharma was born on 30th April 1987 in Nagpur, Maharashtra to a Telugu Marathi family. He was raised by his grandparents and uncles in Borivali in Mumbai because of his father's low income. He joined a cricket camp in 1999 when he was coached by his coach Dinesh Lal. Rohit Sharma often recollects memories of how he could not afford to, but his coach managed to get him admitted into a new school with a scholarship, and that helped him to succeed in cricket. Sharma made his cricketing debut in 2007 when he played against Ireland and has slowly established himself as a leading batsman. Sharma has the unique distinction of being the only cricketer to score 3 double centuries in ODIs. His highest score of 264 against Sri Lanka is the highest individual score in ODI history. Under Sharma's leadership at the national level, Mumbai has won the IPL title multiple times. He has even scored a century in the IPL, showcasing his ability to play big innings in the T20 format. He is also one of the few cricket players to have scored a century on his test debut, wherein he scored 177 runs. It is these accolades that make India proud of Rohit as he leads Team India.
All right, Rohit Sharma, somebody who's, of course, coming in from very humble means. I've seen Rohit Sharma up close and personal, from the streets of Borivali to living in a one-room shack with his parents to heading the Indian cricket team. This man has come a long way. Often criticized, Sunil, in the middle, for not being a test player, for not trying hard enough, to in fact tweak his skill, tweak his form to suit test cricket. But he's more than made up with his captaincy skills in the IPL and now, of course, in one-day international cricket as well.
Well, my memory of Rohit Sharma goes back to the last test of Sachin Tendulkar at the Wankhede, where he played a significant role. In fact, a year later, I went there again at the BKC to see him. Sachin Tendulkar actually walked behind the nets to watch and admire his batting, his timing, his skills, and the way he would hit and connect with the shots was absolutely unbelievable. He's risen. Just imagine, he's the same Rohit Sharma who was not selected for the World Cup 2011. Why? Because the captain at that point of time, Dhoni, wanted to go in for a leg spinner, Piyush Chawla. So the story starts from there, and the other part was Sachin Tendulkar's thing. And 10 years ago, when Sachin Tendulkar was asked, who's going to break his record? Virat Kohli was the obvious successor, but he also said Rohit Sharma. Why? Because this guy had the potential. He had the thing and the ilk in him to take it thus far. And guess what? He's today at the same place where, where the greats of the great are there.
Yeah.
And today...
with Dhoni, in fact, in a number of ways.
But Vineet, what is important about this man is that he's played a selfless inning. He could have got into the seduction of converting 40s into 80s and 80s into 100, and he's got out there as an aggressor. Now this is like a guy at the front just running at the enemy territory lines all by himself with a Sten gun and just trying to shoot things. Why? Because he wanted to protect the post out there, and that's what he's done.
Mr. Chaudhary, what do you make of Rohit Sharma? From being one of the most successful captains when it comes to the IPL, and one of the most successful captains who was able to rally an entire team behind him, which was full of massive egos.
Very natural and very friendly. When he's batting, it's like batting is very easy, especially short arm pull and all. You can't make out the bowler is bowling 140.
Well, the short length used to be his weakness, but he worked on it.
Like short arm pull, 140 will look like he's bowling 100 only. Such a natural player and good sense of humor. He keeps smiling, laughing, talking, easy to work with. And of course, talent. I'm no one to talk about that. Outstanding.
Absolutely.
Simply best.
David, what do you make of Rohit Sharma? A number of captains have been destroyed because, they were not able to, sort of sustain their game as well as the pressure of being the captain of a formidable side. Do you think Rohit Sharma is perhaps somebody who stands out in that line of exemplary behavior and aptitude when it comes to captains, who could do everything?
I should declare an interest here. You're talking to the founder member of the Virat Kohli fan club. So anyone that is when Virat Kohli was replaced by Rohit Sharma, my natural inclination was to look for faults in Mr. Sharma. But I have to say, for a man that played over 100 ODIs before he played a test match, he has shown himself to be an excellent test match player and an excellent test match captain, ODI captain. I think, to give him his credit, he brings a calmness to proceedings which perhaps may have been missing occasionally when Virat Kohli became perhaps a bit hot-headed from time to time. Sometimes it spilled over into animosity with the opposition, etc. And I can see now that there is the makings of a really good settlement here, in that Sharma as captain and Kohli as senior pro has perhaps taken the edge off Kohli's natural fiery temperament, and he's now playing a really responsible role as the senior pro. And yeah, Sharma's got a calmness. I'm not saying you can say calmness can go too far, can't it? David Gower, who we had on the other day on NewsX, some people said he was so laid back, he was virtually comatose as a captain. Joss Butler in this World Cup, so just didn't have anything to say, didn't impose himself. But I've been impressed with Rohit Sharma. I think he's had a really calm authority. I like the atmosphere that he's built up in that team. And I like the fact they all play for each other and play in really good spirit. And again, regardless of the result of this game, there's a lot to be very proud of from Rohit Sharma and the Indian team.
Right. Mr. Blake, do you think that any captain, who's going to end up winning the ICC World Cup is automatically going to be ordained as, being great? Or do you think there are captains without titles like Rohit Sharma, who could be considered great as well, provided that, things don't pan out for India in the final?
Well, I think Rohit Sharma is already well established as a slightly more laid-back captain, perhaps a bit too laid-back this morning when he should have maybe dug down a little bit longer rather than having a go at Maxwell 3 times in an over and getting himself out. I'm not sure they read the pitch conditions particularly well. No, I think if you win the World Cup, Owen Morgan will be a legendary England captain. Clive Lloyd won it twice, clearly. Ponting twice, Clark. Yeah, I think they're all very, very good captains. Dhoni clearly in 2011. Another man I wanted to talk about briefly was McCullum, who captained in a World Cup final in 2015. This is going off on a slight tangent. We were talking about coaches earlier. He's become an extremely good coach and likes to be almost invisible other than in the dressing room, which is why he was so annoyed about the term baseball, which seemed to be more about him than anybody else, and he was uncomfortable with that. A man in the background, like Dravid. I think Rohit Sharma, as David said, with Kohli along as senior pro, it looks a very comfortable team, although right at the moment, they must be very uncomfortable because Australia appear to be cruising along here.
All right. Well, Sunil, I saw your hand go up. Is there something you want to say?
Mr. Blake, it's very interesting. We talk about the baseball, we talk about somebody who's invisible, but there's another invisible guy in your team who's brought a defending champion to India to only decimate their confidence, their records, and perhaps their legacy that they had created. And we're talking about someone, somewhere called Mott. I don't know where he came from. Was he a part of the Debenhams end of season sale?
Well, remember that in his first major ICC competition, he won the ICC World T20 Cup. So I think he's going to be given a second chance. So he may have been Debenhams, but I don't think he was last minute in the sale.
All right, let's also take a response from Mr. Butcher on this. Mr. Butcher, your perspective on how Rohit Sharma has done. This is the era of new age cricket. There are so many formats that you need to focus on that captaincy literally becomes a headache. But yet here is a man who's won a number of exquisite titles for his Mumbai Indians team in the IPL and continues, to rally the team and continues to, in fact, move ahead, forge ahead with this formidable Indian cricket outfit as well.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, let me say anything that I say is based on the fact that I was an ex-player, somebody who loves the game, who follows the game across the world. and like to make inputs, not necessarily as a West Indian selector. This is just my own views. Now, Rohit Sharma, there's no doubt that he has been one of the most gifted opening batsmen in all forms of the game of his generation. There's no question about that. You know, he's performed at T20, 50 over Test match at a very high standard.
Hello.
You know, he's taken on a very difficult job because,
Claire.
you know, he took on a job really that, you know, Virat Kohli really built that unit, so to speak, in that, you know, he spent many years dragging that team along on his back. And it needed that type of captain at the time, like Virat Kohli, to do that. When the job was done, Rohit has come in to take over a situation where it is asking for somebody who is calm and relaxed to carry that through. The time will come shortly where I think that would have to change. Your next leader will have to be similarly to Kohli. He's going to have to be the man in charge. And when you were talking about coaches, you know, really a team, the best for a team is a strong captain. Then the coach can stay in the background, just support the captain, and the captain does the work in the dressing room. I think that point is going to come fairly soon. I'm not sure who you've got in mind as that next person, but I believe that next person will have to be more in the Virat Kohli mode of all, perhaps not at this moment in time because he's very contented with his role in the team right now.
All right.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.